Hello and welcome to News 9. I'm Nishrita, and first up, BJP women workers today protested outside Chief Minister Akhilesh Yadav's office against the lawlessness in UP and waved their bangles in protest against the Chief Minister.
There was chaotic situation outside UP Chief Minister Akhilesh Yadav's office today. The BJP Mahila Morcha, who were marching towards the Chief Minister's office, were prevented by the heavily deployed police outside.
उत्तर प्रदेश की बलात्कारियों को संरक्षण देने वाली अखिलेश यादव की सरकार हमको रोक रही है। हम ये विरोध निर्णायक मोड़ तक जारी रखेंगे।
Hundreds of women protesters showed up around the barricaded area trying to surpass the deployed policemen to reach the Chief Minister. With protesters refusing to disperse, the police had to force them out by using water cannons. Few of the protesters were injured in the melee as they were being pulled out of the area.
आज हम लोग इलेक्ट्रिक घेरने जा रहे थे। महिला जो प्रशासन ने इतनी बुरी तरह से बहनों के साथ दुर्व्यवहार किया है, मारपीट की है बहनों के ऊपर और पानी छोड़े गए हैं और आज हम लोगों के सामने भी ये सब चोटें आई हैं जिसको मैं दिखा रही हूँ। प्रदेश अध्यक्ष होने के नाते मैं अपनी बहनों के ऊपर बहुत प्रसन्न होती हूँ कि इसमें डटकर मुकाबला किया बहनों ने।
BJP has raised questions of the involvement of police in the gang rape and has demanded that an FIR be filed against the police, naming the Inspector General to the outpost in charge. The Union Home Ministry has also questioned the UP government's failure to register a case under the SC/ST Act and has asked for an explanation on the same. Union Consumer Affairs Minister Ramvilas Paswan, along with his son Chirag Paswan, are the latest in the line, who met the gang rape victims' family and promised them that their demands will be met as he will be submitting a report to the Prime Minister. Pointing to the fact that neither the CM nor any of the party members has visited the grieved family, he said that he was not trying to politicize the whole issue.
कि हम लोग कोई पॉलिटिकल माइलेज लेना नहीं चाहते थे, आज भी नहीं लेना चाहते हैं, ना इसको हम पॉलिटिकल इशू बनाना चाहते हैं। लेकिन ये शर्म की बात है, दुख की बात है कि घटना के 3-4 दिन हो गए और उसके बाद अभी तक चीफ मिनिस्टर जब नहीं पहुंच पा रहे हैं, मंत्री नहीं पहुंच पा रहे हैं।
Yesterday, BSP Chief Mayawati also visited kin of the gang rape victims and attacked the UP Chief Minister on turning UP into a jungle Raj. Meanwhile, taking note of the situation, Women and Child Development Minister Menaka Gandhi has promised to set up a rape crisis center to tackle rape cases. She claims that the department has taken down rape case seriously and setting up a rape crisis center tops the priority list.
This was number one on my priority the day I arrived, to establish functioning rape crisis centers. These centers will be serviced by policemen, lawyers, doctors. They will provide short stays for women who have been in trouble. There will be an ambulance to pick up any woman who rings up. They will go hand in hand with a national helpline.
The Badaun gang rape has not just jolted the Akhilesh government, but has also put the Modi government under the spot of bother, considering Modi's stand of toilet first, temple later. The Centre Sanitation Department is preparing a proposal involving 1.5 lakh crore rupees to tackle open defecation. Drawing attention to the scourge of open defecation, UN has also condemned the brutal gang rape, as open defecation at an odd timing was the reason the 2 teenage girls were abducted. UN has demanded justice for the families of the 2 teenage girls and for all the women and girls from the lower class community who were targeted and raped in rural India. A News9 report.
Well, even as the country is yet to digest the gruesome rape and murder of 2 girls in Uttar Pradesh, the state has witnessed yet another horrifying case of gang rape. Here's a report.
Another rape in lawless Uttar Pradesh. While protests against the ruling SP government is gaining steam, another case of gang rape has been reported from the state. A 22-year-old girl was gang raped, forced to drink acid and later strangulated to death in Baheri area in Bareilly. The victim's body was recovered from a field with acid poured on the face to disfigure it. Post-mortem reports hinted at a gang rape and strangulation. Acid was detected in the stomach of the victim, which indicated that she was forced to drink it before being murdered. The police are investigating the case as it is suspected to be a case of honor killing or flesh trade. From politicians to women's rights activists, the latest case has triggered a war cry in the country against the increasing number of crimes in Uttar Pradesh. The BJP women's wing staged massive protests in front of Akhilesh Yadav's residence in Lucknow today. The police had to use force to calm the high-decibel demonstration. Protesters said that more such demonstrations will continue statewide if the government did not take necessary action. Social activists have raised their voice against lawlessness in Uttar Pradesh, calling it an emergency-like situation. Ranjana Kumari, a social activist, called for President's rule in the state.
There is almost an emergency in UP where the state government is total failure, insensitive, it is rude, it is irresponsible because they have not been able to act. And today again, a girl has been killed. There is another case of very young girl's rape case. So it is an emergency where national government must pay immediate attention and also impose president rule as it has been demanded by many political parties in UP.
Political parties join the tirade. The deplorable situation in Uttar Pradesh has become a weapon for political parties to attack the incumbent SP government. Brinda Carrot of the CPIM questioned the Uttar Pradesh government over inaction.
The tragedy is that when these cases come up, these horrendous, horrific cases come up, most of the political parties tend to use this only as an issue to attack each other. The role of the police and the administration, that is where there has to be very strong action taken. In Uttar Pradesh, why is action not being taken against the police officers concerned?
All India Women's Congress President Shobha Oza said that it was high time the state government strengthened the law and order situation, hitting out at the Akhilesh-led SP government in Uttar Pradesh.
ये तमाम प्रदेश वो हैं जहां आए दिन बलात्कार और महिला अत्याचार के केसेस आते हैं और क्योंकि राज्य शासन संवेदनशील नहीं है इसलिए कई जगह रिपोर्ट तक नहीं लिखी जाती है। महिला अत्याचार के बारे में बिल्कुल असंवेदनशील है ये सरकारें। तो जरूरत है कानून व्यवस्था बहाल करने की, संवेदनशील होने की और पुलिस थानों को सेंसिटाइज करने की कि जिससे कि महिला अत्याचारों पे हम कमी कर सके और रोक ला सके।
From the BJP, Siddharth Nath Singh led the attacks on the UP government, blaming the diluted law and order situation in the state. He opined that the government was insensitive.
Whatever Mr. Akhilesh Yadav may say on the law and order situation in Uttar Pradesh, it is too far from the reality. What is happening will continue happening because nobody listens to anyone. You can't file an FIR, no actions are taken, and therefore what we saw in Badai, we are seeing again in Ajamgarh, we are seeing today, this morning in Bareilly and in Sitapur. So this will continue because there is no law and order in Uttar Pradesh under Akhilesh Yadav.
The Bareilly rape has come as yet another shocker from Uttar Pradesh. It is high time the UP government takes up measures to curb violence against women, which is growing at an alarming rate. But will they? A News9 report.
Newly formed state of Telangana is filled with happiness, but the path of growth and development in the region is not an easy one. It is filled with umpteen roadblocks and hurdles that Team KCR will have to tackle. The age-old saga of the United Andhra Pradesh came to an end today with the birth of Telangana. Forgetting all about the birth pangs, the region burst into celebrations. But what the newly born state, its chief minister and the people cannot forget are the challenges that lie ahead post the delivery. Teacup brims with challenges. Telangana might look prosperous compared to Seemandhra with Hyderabad within its boundary, but that doesn't mean Telangana will not have to go through postpartum period. With its teacup filled with happiness, it has another cup filled with challenges as well. On top of the list is water. The reason being, though both River Krishna and River Godavari flow through Telangana, a major portion of the share is given to the region of Rayalaseema. It is also being said that Telangana might get only partial control over both the rivers. Under such conditions, Telangana might not be self-sufficient in terms of water for irrigation. Hence, the state will have to either find an alternative or seek more for its sustenance from the centre. Power crisis. Power is a key area for the new state, which is tipped to face a shortfall of close to 5,000 megawatts. Though the Chief Minister plans to seek assistance, the APERC has released a series of suggestions to overcome the impending crisis. Primarily, the Energy Regulatory Commission will have to reorganize and restructure in line with the provisions of the Andhra Pradesh State Reorganization Act. Education. Hyderabad is considered as the hub of education, but despite several institutes in the region, the literacy rate in Telangana is the lowest. The newly formed Telangana will have to deal with the literacy rate first and educate its citizens so that they can be self-sufficient. The Telangana government will also have to look into revamping the educational institutions. Industrial growth. Across the world, the prosperity of a region is mainly judged by its development and growth, and more so, industrial growth. While Hyderabad is booming with development, the same cannot be stated about the region of Telangana. One close look and one would realize that the government of Andhra Pradesh has not set any industry outside Hyderabad. This means the newly elected government will have to look into the overall industrial growth of the region and not limit it to Hyderabad alone. Employment. KCR's government will also have to look into serious employment issues. Here the problem is not about jobs, the problem is many from Telangana are not employed with the government. As per the statistics, there are 15 lakh jobs in the government and the government-controlled sectors in Telangana. Ideally, 40% or 6 lakh jobs should have gone to the people of the region. But in reality, just 3 lakh jobs have been provided. Even in the state secretariat, out of the 5,000 employees, only 120 are from Telangana. So the government will have to look into the uniform distribution of jobs, primarily in the government sector. Tourism. It's a mammoth task ahead of the tourism department in the state of Telangana. The reason being, Telangana has always lagged in the tourism sector when compared to Seemandhra. Out of the nearly 20.5 crore tourists arriving in 2012 in Andhra Pradesh, Seemandhra played host to 11.5 crore tourists. The same trend continued in 2013 as well. So the Telangana Tourism Development Corporation, that has started working from today, is looking into boosting the tourism.